Hi Libra, how are you guys? Okay, so your cards are already laid out. Let me know if you don't like this. I'm kind of liking it. I didn't intend for it just to happen this way, but I just kept going during your pre-shuffle and I got a strong message that I wanted to share. So let me just go over these real quick, your oracles, and then we'll get into your spread. But it very clear, strong reading here. So we have TikTok. And it's like time is in your, it co-create and TikTok. This, what I'm getting from this is, well, first of all, the number 7 and 8, maybe October 7th or 8th. Those numbers might be relevant to you, but it's a matter of time passing, and it could be from indecision on you or your partner's part. But I kind of feel some mirroring going on here. And if you're in a twin flame connection, you might want to check out my extendeds. I do plan on doing another twin flame for Vimeo today, so you might want to circle back and check that out. But so there's a cheetah here, right, and an owl. So this is contrast. This is fast. A lot of action with that cheetah, and then the owl is very contemplative and focused and wise. It kind of feeling a contrast here of fast and not fast, fast and slow, but time is ticking. So I feel like you guys could be trying to call your attention. I'm stuttering, I'm sorry. There's a need to look into what you may be not procrastinating on, but losing time on because you're not being clear with what you want, or indecision. Maybe that may be it, indecision. But there's an element of time that needs to be addressed here. Okay, and remember, the roles could be reversed. It is a general reading, and we have cross-watcher energy, so very, very possibly that the roles are reversed. You have to flip the roles as you need to. So let me go ahead and get started. Gosh, I feel like I'm all tongue-tied. In your energy, Libra, and we'll clarify if we need to, but in your energy, we have the Page of Swords, High Priestess, and Ten of Wands. So this is curiosity. It is also communication or messaging. But it could be, and I feel like it might be in this case for some of you, an energy of maybe too much curiosity, is in spying online, or I don't want to say stalking, that's too harsh, but something that's consuming you with trying to figure out if you're right about something that you know. If you feel like you know and it's really strong, you should probably trust that. We have the Ten of Wands here. So this curiosity and wanting to know is causing a huge burden. When it becomes that burdensome, it's probably time to let it go. Okay, so this is your energy. Really, really wanting to know, but if that's the case, sometimes it's better just to flat out ask than to go on and on not knowing, right? So there's a need for action here, and I'm happy because we did get that in the outcome. So let's look at your person. I don't know why I only have 3 cards here. Oh, here we go. This one goes here. So the Two of Pentacles, your person has the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So it's kind of like I'm feeling both energies on both sides. So this is juggling, trying to balance, probably thoughts with actions, what to do. And there's an element of a new love offer here. So I don't think this is about new love for most of you. I think this is about somebody that you're, really consumed with. Two of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. So your person is too, and they're wounded. This may go with the center row. We'll play it out both ways. But the Nine of Wands is somebody who's been wounded by action. In this case, it could be inaction. But look at the overall energy. I mean, oh my goodness. The Ten of Cups and the Sun. So there's a lot of focus here for both of you on family, happiness, playing outside. The sun is things being brought to light. It's what does the sun do? The sun, it creates life. It heals. And, flowers don't grow without sun. The sun is very, very significant overall energy here of happiness, but maybe overpowered or overshadowed with woundedness, being hurt, focusing on the past. There's such a contrast here. But I also feel I feel a need to communicate, but I also am getting, like an apologetic or a regret, knowingness of fault. And I feel like that's on both sides. So one person may have done more, to cause this or cause a block in communication, but there is a little bit of something on both sides, okay? Don't get mad at me. That's just what I'm getting. So in the recent past, we have the Knight of Wands, which in reverse, which is all about action, passion, action, but there's a lack of it here. So either there's a lack of it, which is hindering a cycle and everything that should be, all the happiness and togetherness that you should be experiencing. So either somebody's action caused that or inaction. I feel like it's probably inaction, and we're going to clarify that because that is a little bit tricky of a message. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil and we have the Moon card. What does that tell us? Something toxic is in the shadows, being hidden, not revealed. Okay, come on. That is so aggravating. Sorry. But the cards are so beautiful. I want you to see them. Hold on. I think it's I forgot. I have a setup for lighting now. Let's see if that helps. There. Maybe I'm just too impatient. So this is, things being revealed. Look at the cat in the reflection. Look at the contrast between reality and the illusion. The Moon card is about illusions. The Devil card could be about addictions, obsession, secrets, something toxic or inability to let go, a repeated pattern. And this fell, right above the World card. Something is holding a pattern, a cycle. There's something that just needs to be said or revealed. And we're going to clarify that because I feel like there's a lot more to that. But I wanted to turn on the camera. So here we have Temperance, and the outcome is patience, right? And balance. And we also have Queen of Wands. What I'm getting from this is that there's an element of thinking that I think there needs to be a little bit of a tweaking and balance on feeling like the action that's taken has to handle everything at once. It has to solve everything. It doesn't. It can be baby steps, okay? Let's see. Let's start clarifying. Why do we have the Page of Swords for Libra? What does Libra need to know? Ace of Swords. Yes, it's about truth. Somebody is seeking truth. Ace of Swords is truth and clarity after a battle. It's finally getting resolution. It's like truth's being revealed. And that's it's almost like I feel like you're just really struggling with trying to figure something out to the point where if you would just, at some point it's like, okay, you can't keep wasting time in the not knowing. At some point it's probably better to just flat out say, this is how I feel, this is what I would like to know. Can we talk about it, or should I just, wish you well and move on? Because I'm very unsettled about this. At some point, you just, when it becomes an obsession of not being able to, not figuring out because, or not having peace and comfort because you don't know something or you can't figure it out, at some point it's better just to say, here's where I am, and I feel very unsettled about it. And at that point, if that person does not, help you or care about how you feel, or if they just say, I'm not ready to deal with this, or whatever it is, if they're not on your same page, then it doesn't have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be, a huge ordeal. It can be, okay, we're in different places, so I'm going to, go my own way for now. And it doesn't mean it's forever, but what needs to happen right now, time is ticking. You guys could be co-creating, but if you're not, you're not. And I would, move on and fill your space with other things that make you feel peaceful and satisfied and are uplifting. If somebody isn't uplifting you, if somebody isn't saying you're important to me, how you feel is important to me. If you are feeling unimportant to someone and you can't express it, that's probably a sign you should, fill your cup with love and drops from other places. Or you shouldn't be putting all your focus on this person. All right. But here's the kicker. I feel like they're thinking the same thing. So, and whether they are or not, something needs to be revealed. Okay. And I also think that this person feels like if you knew the truth, if one person knew the truth about the other, it would be too damaging. And so there's a huge weight of, I'm not good enough, or if they knew the real me. And what's going to solve that is communication, right? Look at that at the bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. Somebody just needs to make a move. You're both stuck in this lack of clarity. I think it's getting to you more than them, but it doesn't matter. If it's getting to you, then I think you should ask. Look at that, Two of Cups. I don't know what I was asking, but twin flame sign. So check out the extendeds if you haven't. They're really detailed for twin flame. I'll link them below. I'm not going to do an extend for every video, so it doesn't overwhelm you with what to buy. I want them to stay, I think it works better for everyone. They take me a lot of time and energy. They come out extremely detailed and not convoluted because there's not that many of them. And also it helps you guys not spend a lot of money on extendeds, and it keeps them really valuable too and detailed. So let's see, Two of Cups, equal give and take. But I don't know I wasn't really asking a question. I was moving on to the next place, so that would probably fall into the overall energy. It looks like you both want the same thing. It looks like you see each other in the same light. Yeah, look at that, co-creating, and the Magician. The Magician goes after what he wants. He doesn't sit there and dwell and go, oh, there's an obstacle. Oh, but I don't know what they're thinking. Oh, but this. Oh, but that. The Magician keeps focused and keeps moving towards his path, okay? But this just confirmed what I just said. You guys want the same thing, which is the Ten of Cups and the Sun, happiness. But there's some woundedness here. Let's look at your person. Two of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Sorry. There you go. So your person is looking at you. We'll get more detailed here, but recent past. Why do we have the Knight of Wands in the World card? Ace of Pentacles. Could be apology. Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the universe, a new start. Wow. You have something special here. Four of Wands, 1111, twin flame maybe. Why do we have Ace of Pentacles? So this may have started and stopped again. But I can't stress enough, if somebody's not making you their center of attention, please don't make them yours. Yeah, I feel like there's some indecision here. Four of Cups. Indecision, not sure what to do, but a lot of thinking. A lot of conflict. Let's look at the outcome. Actually, how does Libra's person see the situation? See, there is a lot of love here. So we have Cancer, Pisces, we have Aries, we have Leo. We have everything, but I'm just going over a major arcana. Sagittarius. Lots of love here. It's just a matter of not making a move in a secret. Somebody's afraid of being, somebody's too attached and not speaking their truth. Okay, the truth needs to come out. And if it doesn't work out the way you want it, it frees you. You know, you can at that point, Justice, there you are. But see, there's an element here of not, see, the Justice card, usually she's blindfolded so she can turn off what the outside world is saying, what the physical world is saying, and shut out that noise and, you know, just go within to get a more accurate assessment. But she's peeking. So there looks like there's a lack of trust here and defensiveness. Let's look at outcome. What's the outcome? Outcome is a tempered action. It's not drastic. It's not indecisive. It's balanced, but it is action. And not, it doesn't have to be, look at that, Knight of Pentacles, slow, stable. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be worded the perfect way because you're trying to get as much. It's just a matter of saying, this is, you know, can we talk? This is how I feel. Is there something I should know? I do feel like there's an element of secret and somebody's got fear. Let me see. What is the secret? Why are they not talking? Somebody got ghosted. If you got ghosted, I think I'm going to do an extended on being ghosted. Heartbreak. Control. It's thinking it's a little bit too difficult to get the solution, or there may be some stubbornness. How do they view Libra? Oh, Libra, I just think that they, I just think I picked up that they view you as angelic. Wow, look at that. The sun, again. Strong Leo. Somebody probably has Leo in their chart, but there's a strong element of happiness. So I think your overall message, they're thinking about the sweeter, you know, history, that the times that you had together. So if you start getting fearful and thinking about that, and there's reconciliation, but it's like, nah, I'm sorry, this is frustrating. I think you both want to be together, but somebody is afraid of exposing themselves or their true selves. And so you may want to approach this person as in a, let's just talk through it. And if we can't be together, then that's okay. But I would like to not be so unsettled. Okay. I think that's your message. Let me get an oracle. I'm also curious about maybe somebody doing the silent treatment. If that's you, don't do that. That shuts people down. So it's so funny because I contemplated this last night, I think. I got this feeling, I was trying to tap in, and I got this feeling of, I really want them to reach out, but I think I was picking up on somebody, I really want them to reach out, but just so I can be mean or reject them. Like, oh, I wish they would reach out, but then just so I can go, what do you want? Or something like that. Try not to do that, you guys. There you go. Wow, I release my need to control. Let's read that. Beautiful. Not that we don't know what that means, but you need to understand the distinction between power and control. For some of you, this might be your person because we got the Emperor on their side. You have the power of internal control. There we go. Wow, what a message. Wait till you hear this. you have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. Every soul has its own unique path, and it's not your job to dictate it. Giving advice or direction in a compassionate manner is the way to go. Your soul, too, has a path, and you possess the power to control it, but you must surrender the illusion that you have control over another. See, remember here I felt some obsession over wanting to know what's going on with them and if you're right. I think that's putting somebody in a very dark, unhappy place, because it's like kind of like spying but then feeling bad about it, or the spying just makes it worse, something like that. And be careful, because that can become a habit. You must surrender the illusion that you have control over another. Remember that this is a process, and from time to time your ego will rise up and demand that things be the way they should be. Oh, I just said that. Feeling like it's not, oh, maybe I didn't say that, but feeling like you know something that you're supposed to know, but you don't. Envision a hot air balloon being loaded up with all the things you think you need to control, and then let them ride away in the balloon. You'll be surprised to find that when you release the energy of control and accept the energy of surrender, doors will open that you never expected, because you have now given the universe space in which to materialize what it is needed for your highest soul growth. There you go. So, I think that I still think there's a need for communication, but you don't have to control which way it goes. Just be open. It doesn't have to be worded perfectly. And I think that there needs to be just some letting go of ego to get to the bottom of it, and to have two souls that can speak with not being in fear, okay, of judgment. All right, Libra, let me know in the comments. I also love to hear where you guys are watching from, and I will see you soon. Love you guys. Bye, Libra.